In 1995, Herschel Walker became pro football's all-time leader in total yardage. At a time when men like Cal Ripken are deified for consistency, football's iron horse quietly keeps running.
Stats they're not important until I'm a grandfather. And I'm sitting around with my grandkids and I'm saying, hey, look what granddad used to do. And that are most important when I can get to heaven and I can lay them at the Lord's feet and say thank you. Because, you know, I have been blessed.
Blessed were those who saw him in college.
Who doesn't remember the talk of Herschel Walker when he was in college? And you'd see the highlight films and you'd say to yourself, my God, I'd never seen anything like this.
After 3 years at Georgia, Walker joined the USFL.
The USFL was something new, it was something different, you know, and I'm always trying something different. You know, I love life.
His zest for life sometimes leads him down a strange road. How many football players list ballet as one of their outside interests? Hardly typical behavior for a sports star, and make no mistake, Walker is a star, as he proved in 3.5 years with the Dallas Cowboys. After a spectacular 1988 season, in which Herschel rushed for over 1,500 yards and caught passes for 500 more, the rebuilding Cowboys traded him to Minnesota for 5 players and several high draft picks. Walker dazzled from the start.
From the eye, here comes Herschel on 2nd and 5. Across the 30, 35, 40, at midfield. Herschel breaks away, loses his shoe, 50 yards. The first time he touches it from offense for the Minnesota Vikings.
But it was impossible to live up to the Vikings' enormous expectations.
Mike Lynn certainly put, I think, an unreasonable burden on Herschel's shoulders when he makes that trade and then just, you know, says that Herschel Walker is the guy who's going to take us to the Super Bowl.
It seems that Herschel was always brought in to be somebody to build off of when there was nothing else to build with.
Like any player can be called a savior because he's not calling the plays, you know, it's up to the coaches.
Coach Jerry Burns rarely used Walker, and when Minnesota cleaned house in 1992, he was swept out by an ungrateful Vikings team.
No, I'm sorry, Mr. Walker is pursuing other interests. We booted his butt, too.
Let's put it this way. It made the Dallas Cowboys. It really damaged the Minnesota Vikings. And is that Herschel's fault? I don't think so.
They never really wanted to use me. Rather figured out how to use me. I think the way you use me is just let me play football.
In '92 came another chance.
Whenever I go into a new city, I'm going to play football. You know, it doesn't matter how the people are going to receive me when I'm coming in. It's just how they're going to receive me while I'm there.
With the Eagles in his 10th season of professional football, Walker showed all the skills everyone thought he had lost. In '94, he achieved an NFL first, with a catch, a return, and a run, all over 90 yards in the same season.
Herschel Walker!
He'll do anything. He'll block, he'll line up as a receiver, play special teams.
Walker out across the 10, the 15, and then made it to 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
I think I can never be satisfied. I always want to do a little bit more.
Herschel Walker is going coast to coast with a touchdown!
Throughout his 12-year career, he's always been criticized. They said he couldn't make a cut, and they said he had no moves.
You know, people always use excuses, he can't do this, he can't do that, can't. But I don't think there's no such thing as can't.
Anyone who describes Herschel Walker as a failure is a fool. So he's not Jim Brown. Well, neither is anybody else.
I never call him a failure. Herschel Walker, to me, embodies a lot of the things that a football player should be.
And I'm still here after 13 years in professional football, and I say that's not too bad.
Not too bad for a phoenix who continually rises and someday will leave the criticism in ashes.